Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the transit Black Moon Lilith Sextile or Trine one's natal Black Moon Lilith. Now, one way, this transit may manifest in the higher level of the placement, the transit, I should say, powerful enemies, people that play a provocative role in your life, being in harmony with embracing the higher level of your own placement and matters really with passion, desire, or even things you may be fixated over. I'm going to elaborate and expound on that. Now, this could be about people that play a prominent role in your life may help you deal with things that you may be overly obsessed or fixated with. And the thing about this is, it's not that powerful enemies are going to be literally like in harmony with the what you're embracing as far as the higher level of your placement. But by doing that, by embracing that higher level of your own placement, may give you the ability, to deal with, powerful enemies. If you have your natal, Black Moon Lilith and Scorpio, say, it could be using, your powers of resiliency, even resourcefulness to deal with those matters, and being able and issues with Black Moon Lilith and Scorpio can also, on a positive note, if you're embracing the higher level, it can be about the power, just gaining power and control in general. And what I want to state is now, the transit, of course, doesn't supplant or replace, your natal placement. Your natal Black Moon Lilith was there for you for the duration, the entirety of your life. Now, the transit, you could experience, some benefits of it during that time. In this case, the sextile and trine benefits because it's a positive, auspicious aspect. Now, the thing about, this as well, some of you may wonder, well, okay, what is the difference between, the sextile and trine aspect in contrast to the conjunction? Well, the sextile and trine aspects, okay, those are positive, favorable, and harmonious aspects, and it forms a good, basically in this case, a good relationship between the transit of the Black Moon Lilith and the natal Black Moon Lilith. But the conjunction aspects in astrology are neutral. They can have good and bad qualities. When you have the conjunction, as an example, with transit Black Moon Lilith making a conjunction to one's natal Black Moon Lilith, well, it can mean, it could be a point where you may be obsessing or becoming very fixated, with trying to, say, embrace the higher level of the placement, your natal placement, to the point where you could become oblivious to everything else, and it could be to the exclusion of other things. And sometimes I would think too, it could indicate intensified trauma, could be physical or emotional trauma, because the Black Moon Lilith is connected with that. It could indicate intensified suffering, some physical or emotional related trauma that you could be going through. If you have your natal Black Moon Lilith in the zodiac sign Cancer, it could be issues, with the chest, the breast, the ribs, the stomach. It could be water retention, as some examples. And it's a time too where, people that play, prominent role in your life, as far as go back to this transit, people that play a provocative role in your life may be beneficial in you dealing, with powerful enemies at this time. If you're dealing, say, somebody, slandered you, done something, to hurt your public image, your reputation, say, if the natal, if you have the Black Moon Lilith in Capricorn or the 10th house involved, it can be something, with your reputation, your public image. Could be notoriety for all the wrong reasons. And it's a time where, when you have this transit as well, it's about having, just that right amount, I would say, of passion and desire in embracing, the higher level, of the placement. If the natal Black Moon Lilith is in Aquarius, as an example, it could be making contributions, to astrology or astronomy, being innovative, being ingenious, something where you express altruism and selflessness. and going away from the negative qualities of it, such as some isolated cases. It could be causing some kind of dissension with friends, or even things in the in the astrological community, or some community that's associated with Aquarius, something with computers or electronics. Innovation is some examples, astronomy, and it's also a time as well. Going back to, the Black Moon always being connected, with obsession, fixation, but when you have this transit, making a sextile or trying to the natal Black Moon, I would say it's more about having just a strong passionate desire, and it may be for dealing with some physical related issue or emotional related matter. If you have, let's say if you have your natal Black Moon Lilith, it's in Gemini, it could be some issues with the arms, the hands, the lungs, breathing, shoulders, nerves, and it's a time where you have more, if you have any issues with those physically, it'd be more of a time to have that passion, desire to do something about it. And the transit, the Black Moon Lilith is also connected with what may put one in a strong state of fright or trepidation. And at the time that I'm making this video, the transit Black Moon Lilith is in the zodiac sign Cancer. So many people, collectively may be experiencing, maybe there's some fear. It could be procreation. Maybe it's something about having matters with family. It could be where a family member may actually be very adversarial. It could be issues, it could be something family related, or just expressing, expressing care or sympathy or unconditional love, perhaps in fear of being hurt if it's expressed. And this is the time where people that play a provocative role in your life may be beneficial toward you in dealing with that at this point in time. And this could be, the thing about this transit as well, it's also, Black Moon Lilith is connected with erotic sexual drive, and this is the time where it can be more positive for the expression of that, because you're having the transit of the Black Moon Lilith, which is connected with that, making a good aspect to the natal BML. And it's also a time as well. I would say this is also a very good period in time of being, if there's something that you've kept suppressed, and you're having trouble dealing with this this dark side of the nature, where people that figure prominently in your life may be able to provide some kind of help in this particular matter. And whatever it is that you're trying, that you don't want to have come out, that you want suppressed and hidden. If the natal Black Moon was going back to Scorpio as an example, it could be issues with resourcefulness or resiliency, or gaining just power and control, whether it's on your life or about your life. Or it could be issues where you're trying to deal with the death of something in your life, or maybe even, putting something to a figurative death. Now, another way this transit could be expressed, it could be positive, again, for having that intense passion and desire, which is the Black Moon Lilith. It could be to deal with the dark side of the natal BML placement. Now, let's say if the natal Black Moon Lilith is in Virgo, as an example, it could be dealing with judgmental qualities, maybe near compulsive complaining, germophobia. I don't know if those words are still used to describe it, but you understand what I'm saying. Somebody that takes excessive precautions in order to avoid germs. It could be extreme frugality in some cases. Now, people that play a provocative role in your life, which is the Black Moon Lilith, may be in more harmony and agreement with the higher level of the BML placement that you're trying to embrace. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, let's say if the natal Black Moon Lilith is in Scorpio, it could be really that higher level of the placement you're trying to embrace, maybe about empowering others, transforming others' lives, encouraging resiliency, and also the intent to embrace the higher level of the Black Moon Lilith transit can be in harmony, really, with that suppressed side, positive side that is just waiting to be unleashed of as far as your natal um, Black Moon Lilith placement goes. But anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard say, stay well.